Josh just pulled in with his new truck. He hasn't gotten out yet. I'm gonna see what he's doing. What's his deal?
With a Dodge, you pick up some new habits. Crap. Spilled a little bit, but I'm ready. I've been hunting to try to find myself a new pickup truck, and this one just so happened to fall in my lap when I wasn't necessarily looking to buy right now, but here we are. So this one's a very unique build of a Dodge Ram of this year. Obviously there's not a whole lot done to it right at this time, but let's just look through some of the uniqueness of it. Obviously it's a long bed. I wouldn't say that's uncommon, but what makes it very uncommon is whenever you open up the door and you find that it is a G56 optioned with a sunroof. So we have the factory window sticker. Here's a picture right here. But the factory window sticker still was in this truck. It's pretty loaded for, it's as loaded as you could get an SLT package truck. So this one stood out to me in every which way because of just how weirdly optioned the guy whoever ordered it originally from California was. So, let's just dive into some of those. So the cool thing about having the SLT Sport package is you get everything's paint matched, which was starting to kind of become a thing in 2006, 2007 when these trucks, were new. So the Sport package got you the painted front Laramie bumper. Just the difference between Laramie and the Sport is this piece is chrome on Laramie, but the Sport, it's all, the same color. Got you the paint matched grille, and mine has the package, or the option rather, for the wind diffuser to be painted white as well. So, but we'll open up the hood here, and you will find very quickly, this truck is bone stock. Absolutely bone stock. There is not hardly anything done to this truck other than the exhaust at this time. Doesn't even have a programmer. So she is a blank slate as far as, most of these Dodges you find, because, most of them you find are ragged out and owned by some high school kid who has a hood stack on it. So this is exciting. Very exciting.
It's kind of crazy, honestly, that you could get color matched of this year, because in Chevrolets you couldn't get color matched anything unless you had a 1500. So,
yeah.
I mean,
and even then it was limited because you could only get that cap.
You could only get the top, like the top of the bumper color matched, and you couldn't get like the whole. I mean, it's like completely color matched. You had to pay good money back in the day to get this done.
Yeah, you did. That glorious fad.
Yeah.
So with this being in 2006. There are no emissions. You have no EGR, you've got no SCR, you've got no DPF, no DEF. None of those problematic systems that the EPA requires. The only thing you did have on this truck was a catalytic converter, but the catalytic converter has since then been blown out by all the raw power and torque that this bad baby puts down to the ground.
And one thing that makes it so special is no EGR, like you said.
Absolutely no EGR.
It's not like the 6.0 guys and 6.6 guys had any problems with the EGR system, did they?
Yeah, most definitely not. So the other cool part about being an SLT Sport pack is the rear bumper is also painted. That's pretty neat to me because you just don't find trucks like that. So, yeah. As you can tell back here, I got the Tennessee torque plate. Very lucky for that.
Representing.
Oh yeah. and I got me my circle game thing so I can watch people punch each other in traffic. And yeah, and I got some new taillights because my other ones were busted and leaking water, and one didn't work. So I figured I'd buy these, and I got these on the eBays, and I bid snapped these suckers for 30 bucks. So I'm pretty happy about that. I do think I am going to pull these apart here and try to paint match the inside, because they do kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
They're kind of erect.
Yeah, they're very prominent. So, you know,
I just don't know how I feel about how they stick out like that.
I don't necessarily like how they stick out too much either, but you know, hey, they're cool. They work. Nice, kinda. So, but you know, it's got the B&W hitch in the truck bed. Previous owner installed that, and never used it. So, but yeah, she's a good one so far. So the only thing that we've done in my month ownership of this truck has been the 5-inch exhaust on the truck. So it's a pure turbo back from NRE Performance. You can kind of see it because, you know, I'm cool and I have an axle dump. So 5-inch straight pipe, sounds phenomenal, as you can tell. And yeah, absolutely love it. It really woke up the truck. I feel like it's moving a little bit better, but I don't know how true that is, so we'll see.
It's in his head.
And then the other thing that I've done for the exterior of the truck is I had to get a new set of tires, obviously. These are our BFG all-terrains. They are the HD terrain, which they're their commercial tires, so they're a little bit thicker with the tread and stuff like that. They don't roar, or at least I can't tell. It's so loud in the truck, I couldn't tell if they're loud or not. So, but they're 315/70 R17s on the factory wheels, and they do rub on the control arms, which everyone told me they would, and it's not that bad to where I'm still going to run these until they wear down, and then I do plan on going to a set of methods. Just the ones I want are on a back order, and when I call and talk into them, they said they're going to come back. It's just going to be a few months. So, but nonetheless, they do pretty good. I did replace the these hubcaps, or the center caps rather, off of a set I found on eBay. And then I had somebody I know, she printed new Dodge emblems for them. So, you know, they look pretty nice. Very thrilled with it, especially whenever I spent about 2 hours hand polishing these wheels, because when I got them, they looked atrocious. So I am thrilled with them now. Previous owner did have a FAS 100 installed. So I readjusted to where you can see the filters, because, you know, everybody knows you're cool if you can see your filters hanging that low, right? So that's what I did. And previous owner did not have the original fuel filter system removed, so I got to buy that part to remove it. So I also need to get me some new steps, because these are in awful condition. I really would like the amp steps, but I'm not too concerned about having the amp steps right now because it doesn't really matter. So if you're a sleuth, you would have noticed that these are not factory, because they're not factory. I ended up finding these on eBay because my door handles were faded worse than crud because of the sun damage. So I replaced the door handles. You can tell the door color's off because I think the door was replaced, but replaced the door handles with some painted ones, and I did the same thing with the tailgate. I replaced the handle on the back with a painted one. So tailgate's in pretty bad shape, so I'm gonna get a new one because I know they make a new one. So I'm gonna get a new one and get it replaced. Get it repainted and replaced. I am going to pull the bumper and sand it down and repaint it because mine was peeling, and I tried to use a paint pen. Paint pen matched perfectly until I got soot on it and it stained the paint pen. Go figure, right? So the bed rail is also doing the same thing on this side. The one dent on this truck here on the bedside, somebody sideswiped something. So I'm going to attempt to pull that, but I don't think that's past the point of return. So obvious talking point inside the truck is it is one of the last of the manual pickup trucks. You can't buy one anymore. I think Toyota's the only one who makes a manual truck anymore, but this one's got the G56 6-speed, or I guess 5-speed, with one of them being the low gear. She's pretty darn nice. I love rowing through the gears.
Could you have gotten a stick four-wheel drive in this model or no?
This is four-wheel drive.
I know, but like down in the floor, four in the floor.
No, that is actually an option. So on the options for this truck, it was an option to have the what is it? The power, electronic switch on the fly. So that is an option, with this being the preferred package 2BL. So
you could have gotten it without the switch on the fly?
Yeah, you could have got it with the floor, with it being in the floor, but you couldn't get it with the sport package. Sport package automatically put you to having the four-wheel drive here on the switch. So
sorry for the sidetrack. Anyways, continue.
No, it's fine. So you know, auto dimming mirror. It's got the Infinity sound system in the truck, which sounds all right. I mean, it's a pretty nice truck for what it is. Power seats. But yeah, that's really as far as it goes for factory options on this truck, other than the glorious sunroof that leaks. And I think that's just purely because of the drains are clogged. So I'm gonna fix that one day. So, but as far as modifications that we've done in the truck, I added the Edge CTS3 monitor with this janky arm, which I have an aftermarket, or I guess the OEM Mopar one I'm going to do, to put it in the pod so it looks better. I added a bullet point rigid grid, Ruby grid, there you go, phone mount. So that means whenever I can mount my phone, with being the MagSafe, so I can see my phone whenever I drive. Tennessee Torque, baby. And I added some fuzzy dice that, you know, I like to play with whenever I drive. And they just dangle and fling around everywhere. Previous owner did install the honey seat outside of a 2012 Ram. So you get extra cup holders because, you know, you know how it is in America. We like to drink and drive soda. And, but yeah, so you get this thing opens. There's my wallet. Don't take it. And these don't work because they're not plugged up. I'm going to retrofit for them to work. So, but yeah, still folds up like a normal seat. And then you got 3 more cup holders up front for more drinks and driving with soda. So, yeah. And previous owner added in this thing. What is it? Trailer brake controller. Pretty nasty. It looks terrible. It's a terrible spot to put it, but we're going to relocate that somewhere with a new unit because that was pretty bad.
You could probably put it in the console, you think?
That's not a bad idea at all. I wonder if I could put it in here.
The only thing that's annoying is then you'd have to adjust it going down the road. You'd have to open the console to adjust it.
Well, I wonder if I could put it in here without it hitting this, but I feel like it's going to hit the stick. So, but yeah. I mean, it's relatively nice. One cool thing that's in here that most other trucks couldn't get, this is a stick shift with a power floor adjustment. I can adjust my pedals because, you know, my power seats don't work. So I can adjust the pedals in and out for proper leg footage support. Don't have auto lights because, you know, why would you need that in a Dodge?
Clutch too?
I think so. Yeah, boy, yeah, it does. It's probably actively engaging it too. But yeah, so don't have auto lights. Don't know why, but Dodge doesn't do auto lights. But you know, I do have power mirrors, and these are just a side note. The most atrocious, cheap eBay mirrors ever. When I drive down the road, they shake like that, so I can't see nothing. And when we pulled the door panel off, we found out owner didn't even install the darn lights. He didn't wire them in. So, you know, it's a bit of a joke. But, you know, here we are. She's a nice looking interior. I think the horn works. I've never pushed it. It is very loud and it startles people like me.
Base price, 33 grand. It's a big difference. What's the base price on a new Dodge now?
I think a new Dodge is like 40 grand, 42 grand, I think.
Actually, that's not that big of a difference now that I think about it.
Yeah, but you breathe on a truck.
The options are a lot more expensive these days, right? Because with all your options, this thing is pretty loaded for like the package that it is. With all the options, it was 45 grand. And I'll be honest with you, I think that even if you had a leather automatic with maybe the mega cab, if you get the mega cab this year, could you? I guess you could.
Yeah, first year of it.
It would probably still be 50, wouldn't it?
I think they touched 50 grand then. And then, you know, if you look back on the forums, you see people talking of like, oh my gosh, I just spent 50 grand on a truck. Nowadays, if you went to a Dodge dealer, got the cheapest pickup truck they had, obviously base price, it says 40 grand. You option it with the Cummins turbo diesel, you're at $50,000 on a base truck. Granted, your base truck has significantly more options than this truck has, but still, like, this has almost as loaded as you could get without going to a Laramie. And, you know, honestly, I kind of prefer the cloth seats, but still, nonetheless.
Oh, it has a 6-disc CD changer?
Baby, I could put 6 whole discs in there. I don't even know if you can buy CDs anymore.
Hands-free communication. I wonder what it means by that.
So, I wonder if it has Bluetooth. I've just never tried to figure it out. So, but that's what it looks like. So whenever you like, it's got a call button. Maybe it's just like the OnStar thing. I don't know. But I wonder if it actually works like that.
California emissions was like an option, like on this.
They had to show it on the sticker, I guess. Because, you know. But pretty much, from what I learned, California emissions, all it got was a carb sticker that says, hey, this is, you know, emissions compliant. Because some cars you couldn't buy in California. So.
It didn't show the gearing of the rear end?
No, it doesn't.
This would put all of our controversy to bed, which I think we know what it is, but I think it's a 410.
Previous owner texted me and said it's a 373.
How'd you get the previous owner's number?
Andrew.
Oh, but then again, Andrew said a lot of wrong things about it so far. So
it's also true. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Because I am going to get it re-geared to 410 with a. I'm going to have the diffs rebuilt because they're a little crusty. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the inside as it goes. So it's, you know, it's nice. It's a working truck. So
Do they still write for interior features on these things? Do they still write air conditioning
Yes.
as a feature? Really?
yep. So one problem the truck has, I don't have an e-brake, so I have to park in gear everywhere. So if there's a big hill and I park in gear, it will roll away. So that's very fun. But shout out to Hot Shot Secret for all of your diesel cleaning additive power.
The Cummins was a $5,500 option. Sorry, I'm just like slowly finding things. $5,500 option. And the anti-spin differential rear end axle was $280.
Yeah.
But a Cummins option now is like 10 grand, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it more?
On mine it was 11.9 because no, mine was 9,500 because then if you wanted the high output it was 12 grand.
Power sunroof, $850.
Yeah, to get a sunroof now you're at least $1,500.
Fold away tow mirrors, $100 as an option from Dodge or from Chrysler, I guess.
I know on the Fords if you wanted folding mirrors, they are I think $500.
That's kind of expensive. This rear sliding glass was a $140 option. Uconnect hands-free communication. We don't know what that is. It came with off-road tires, adjustable pedals we talked about.
Adjustable pedals are neat.
You're right, yeah. Front hood protection, chilled, $90.
I think the guy checked every box that you could get for this truck.
I think he did. He just went through there and just check. This is pretty cool. Warranty coverage. What? 3-year warranty and 36,000 miles.
Yeah, it's kind of becoming a thing now to have a 60,000 mile warranty.
Terrible. Excluding normal maintenance and wear and tear items, 5 years or 100,000 mile limited warranty on the Cummins diesel components. So you get like a bumper to bumper of 3 years, but the motor itself has 100,000 or 5 years.
Let's be honest. Everybody, you're buying Dodge for the engine. You're not buying it for the body because everything goes wrong on it. Such as, actually, I don't think I have any rust on mine. No, I do. I said that, and then I looked down and I can see it on the corner of the door. But, you know, no rust anywhere else. But I'm having electrical issues with my cam position sensor.
I wonder why it doesn't state the MPG on this.
Because you don't have to with 3/4 ton or bigger trucks.
Really?
No, same way with new trucks too. Doesn't have it.
So if I go buy like a 2500 Duramax, it wouldn't have it on the sticker?
Nope.
I guess no one would really care that's buying those, huh?
Nope. Long-term goals with the truck comes down to, right now, obviously needs to get fixed. We need headlights because those are pretty bad. I don't think I'm gonna replace them immediately though. I'm just gonna get them. I'm gonna clean them up and fix them the best way I can. And I think I'm starting to show some signs of it needs injectors. So, we're going
You're
to
paranoid.
do injectors here in the summer.
I think you're just paranoid.
I might be paranoid. I don't know. We'll see. So, but we're going to replace the injectors with some at least 45 overs, probably end up doing 60 over. And very long term is going to be compounds. Just not right now. I kind of like the reliability of the truck. So, but I am going to get it tuned. It has no tunes on it at all right now. So she can't get out of her own way. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. So stay tuned for much more.